Archangel Michael says, "Beloved, I am so glad you finally found this message. I've been waiting for 3 weeks to share it with you. I promise you'll be moved to tears when you hear what I have to say. But hurry, this message will vanish in 35 seconds. Stop everything for just a moment. I am not asking for your time, I am asking for your heart, because what I'm about to reveal is something heaven has been trying to whisper to you every night while you sleep. You felt that nudge, that strange flutter in your chest, that silence that suddenly felt too loud. That is not a coincidence. That was me. That was heaven. That was love trying to break through your pain. Right now, I need you to stay with me. Don't scroll. Don't skip. If you do, you may miss the answer your soul has been crying out for in secret. There is someone in heaven, someone who used to hold you when no one else could. Someone who wiped your tears or made you laugh until you forgot the ache of this world. They have been begging me to deliver this message to you, and yes, they said your name. Last night at 3:11 a.m., your name echoed across the gates of eternity. They said, "Please, if they hear anything today, let it be this." I, Archangel Michael, swore I would not rest until this message reached your hands. This is not random, it is sacred. This is your divine appointment with healing, truth, and revelation. You've been tired lately, haven't you? Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix, it's the exhaustion that weighs on your spirit, the kind of fatigue that creeps in even on your happiest days like a shadow behind your joy. You've been smiling but only half-heartedly, laughing while secretly wondering if anyone really sees you. Oh, beloved, heaven sees you. God sees you. I see you. More importantly, something is coming. That's why I was sent. There's a breakthrough forming in the realm above you right now. 3 weeks ago, something happened. Do you remember? That strange feeling, that small event that didn't seem significant at the time, but left you wondering, why did that happen? Who was that person? What was that dream trying to say? It wasn't just life being random, it was divine orchestration. They told me you'd skip this. They said you'd be too accustomed to disappointment to believe again. But I begged heaven for one more chance to reach you. Now that you're here, I need you to open your heart, because I'm about to tell you something that could change the course of the next 11 days of your life and possibly prevent something devastating. Yes, devastating. Not to frighten you, but because I love you enough to warn you. There's a door in your life that's about to close and another that's about to open. But here's the truth most people don't realize until it's too late. God closes doors that you begged him to open because he saw what you couldn't. There was betrayal behind that smile. There was a trap behind that offer. There was heartbreak dressed as opportunity, and even though you cried when it left you, heaven rejoiced because they knew your life was being protected. Now, beloved, you're standing on a bridge between what was and what's coming. That's why I'm here, because what's next requires you to be spiritually ready for it. Listen closely. Someone is planning to reach out to you before this week ends. You'll know them by their timing, it will be strange, unexpected. They may message you or show up in a way you didn't foresee, but their presence is not accidental. You must use your discernment. You will either feel peace or confusion in your chest when they appear. That feeling, that's me. That's heaven warning or guiding you. Do not ignore your intuition this time. You have before, and you were left wounded. Not this time. This time we will walk with you. If this message reaches your heart, pause and subscribe because you were meant to receive it. Heaven is not done speaking to you yet. There's something deeper I need to reveal. There's a spiritual box hidden inside your soul that's been locked since you were a child. Inside are memories, dreams, things you buried just to survive. You told yourself, no one would understand. But I do. I see you, even in the places you've hidden from yourself. That moment you felt like giving up. I was there. That prayer you whispered in the dark, believing no one heard. I carried it to heaven myself. Now, God is about to unlock something in you that has been dormant for years. There's a spiritual inheritance with your name on it, a calling, a destiny, something you were born to do, but life, pain, fear, and loss have delayed it. Heaven is saying no more delays. That's why you're here. That's why you're still reading. Something has activated inside you tonight. You may feel goosebumps. You may feel tears coming. Let them come. That's not weakness, that's release, an awakening. You are not crazy, you are not broken. You are remembering who you are. But you must also know this, someone is watching you closely right now on earth. Not in judgment, but in fascination. They see something divine in you, and they don't even know why they're drawn to your energy. That's because you carry heaven inside you. That's why you often feel too much, love too deep, cry too hard, and dream too big. You were never meant to live a small life. Stay with me because there's one final thing I need to warn you about. There's a battle you didn't start, but you're part of it, a spiritual one in your home, in your relationships, even in your mind. The confusion, the fatigue, the strange arguments, and the sudden setbacks are not coincidences, that is warfare. But I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. The next time that voice in your head tells you you're failing, say this aloud, I am covered. I am chosen. I am not alone because I, Michael, stand over your house tonight. I will not let what's coming break you. Do you feel that? That's peace beginning to flow where fear used to live. That's heaven whispering, stay close. We're not finished, and, beloved, we're not even close. You're still here. That means something powerful. Your soul recognized this message before your mind did. That's how the divine works. It doesn't need proof, it only needs permission. Now that you've given heaven your attention, watch what unfolds, not days from now or weeks, but starting tonight. That ringing in your ears, that flutter in your chest, that mood shift out of nowhere, those are not just sensations, they are signals. Spiritual ones, that's your confirmation that what I'm saying is not from this world. It is from the realm where your name has been spoken with urgency. There's a prophecy connected to your name, and it was almost lost. Almost. But heaven retrieved it. I carried it myself through realms of battle to deliver it into your hands. This is your scroll. I say this gently, don't you dare throw it away. There are prayers waiting for you to wake up, prayers from your bloodline, from your mother's tears, from your great-grandmother's sacrifice, from a man who once stood in a field with tears in his eyes and asked God, "Please protect my family's future." That man never met you, but you are his answer. You are the continuation of promises made generations ago. That's why the enemy has tried so hard to exhaust you. Because if you ever fully believed in who you are, you would destroy every curse your family has carried. And here's the truth, you already have, even if you don't know it yet. But signs are about to begin. Over the next 72 hours, you will notice 3 things. The first will be a moment of unexpected stillness. Time will feel like it slows down. You'll look around and something will whisper, "This is a sign." That's when you pause, breathe, and listen. The second will be a person, maybe someone new, maybe someone returning, who will mention something that feels oddly specific. You'll feel like the words are meant just for you. They are. The third will be a number, a date, or a name that repeats again and again. It could appear on your phone, a receipt, in a stranger's conversation, or in a dream. When it appears, that's heaven saying it's beginning. Pay attention. But listen closely now, this part is urgent. A storm is trying to form around your peace. It's not what it seems. It's going to manifest as a distraction, a call, a mistake, a memory, and it will try to drag you back into old cycles. Do not go back. Do not return to what God delivered you from. You've prayed to be free, don't crawl back into chains wearing the disguise of comfort. The enemy always appears in the form of something familiar. You must be wiser this time. You've grown. You've changed. Don't you feel it? You're not who you were even 2 months ago. You are walking with angels now. Beloved, I need you to understand something profound. The reason you've been pulled back, isolated, misunderstood, even forgotten by those you trusted, was not rejection, it was redirection. They couldn't go where God is taking you. That's why they left. That's why it fell apart. No matter how hard you tried to keep it together, it kept slipping through your fingers because heaven was removing false attachments, and now you're lighter. You may feel lonely, but loneliness isn't punishment, it's preparation. Soon, it will make sense why you had to walk alone before others could see your light. You are being watched over so closely right now that every tear you cry is caught, every sigh is recorded. Every moment you felt like giving up, heaven has sent armies to surround you. You may not have seen them, but if you could see the number of battles you've been protected from, you would fall to your knees in gratitude. You didn't survive by luck, you survived because you are chosen. Let me pause for a moment and say this gently, you are allowed to rest. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to carry everyone. You don't have to pretend to be okay just to keep others comfortable. You've been strong for too long, but now it's heaven's turn to hold you. Let go of what's breaking you. Lay it down right here. As you read these words, give it up, the guilt, the shame, the pressure, the confusion. None of it belongs to you anymore. I, Michael, am lifting it off you as we speak. You may feel lighter now. You may even cry. That's not weakness, it's the weight lifting off your soul. You've done enough. Now, let us carry you. And don't worry, you didn't miss your moment. I know it feels like it sometimes, like everyone else is ahead, like somehow you failed. You didn't. You're not late. You're being made ready. Some bloom fast and fade quickly. But you, beloved, are an oak tree, deep roots, steady growth, unshakable in storms. Now, after everything you've walked through, it's time. Yes, it's time. Time to receive. Time to forgive yourself. Time to trust again. Time to believe that your best chapters haven't been written yet, they're just beginning. And they will be written in joy, in peace, in love, and in the overflow of heaven's blessing. You are about to walk into rooms where your name was spoken long before you got there. This is divine favor, and it's on you now. You have no idea how much heaven loves you, not just for what you do but for who you are. Even in your lowest moments, you are still radiant in the eyes of the Creator. Right now, I want you to receive this with your entire being. You are worthy. You are worthy of miracles, worthy of love that stays, worthy of health, laughter, nights without anxiety, mornings without pain. And no matter who tried to convince you otherwise, they were wrong. To end this message, let me say something holy is about to happen in your house. I won't say when, but when it does, you'll know. A calm will come over the room. You'll hear something, you'll feel a presence. It may be soft, it may be bold, but it will be real. And in that moment, I want you to whisper, "Thank you, Michael. I'm listening now, because I'll be there." And so will heaven. Now breathe, beloved, because what I'm about to tell you is something I was not allowed to reveal until this very moment. This part is sacred, meant for your soul alone. If you are still here, if your spirit has remained soft and open enough to receive this, then you are the one heaven hoped would stay to the end. This last truth is not meant for the curious. It is meant for the called. There is a moment coming very soon when you will feel like giving up again. Yes, even after all this, even after hearing this message, because spiritual warfare always intensifies right before the blessing lands. It's a final attempt from the forces that have been trying to block your destiny since the day you were born. That's why you've always felt a little different, like you didn't belong, like your emotions were heavier, like your joy was fragile. It's not weakness, it's sensitivity. And that sensitivity is your superpower because the enemy couldn't make you bitter, even after all the pain. You still hope. You still love. You still care. And that, beloved, makes you dangerous to darkness. There's something you don't know about yourself. Your life has already been the turning point for someone else. Someone saw you. Someone heard you. Someone watched how you carried your pain and kept walking. And that saved them. They didn't tell you. They couldn't. But heaven saw it. Now, your reward is on its way. You will be compensated for the silent strength you gave away, for the nights you didn't sleep, for the way you kept showing up even when you were breaking inside. A reward is being woven into the timeline of your life, a divine event is being released into the atmosphere. I've seen it. I've stood before the throne and heard it spoken, mark their name for blessing. They have endured enough. It's time. It will start subtly. A message, an opportunity, a new door. But the timing will be so perfect that you'll smile and say, "That had to be God." And it will be, because God has been waiting for your readiness, not your perfection, just your willingness. And now, you're ready. But remember this warning, spoken with love: do not return to what you were healing from, not this time. I know it's tempting to go back to familiar pain, to texts from people who don't know how to love you, to old habits that numb but never heal. But if you go back now, you delay what heaven is already trying to give. You must walk forward. Even if you're afraid, even if you cry while doing it, walk forward anyway. Everything you've ever asked for is not behind you, it's ahead. And I want to tell you something strange, something holy: you are going to laugh again. Not the kind of laugh you fake around people who don't really see you, but the laugh that bubbles up from a place so deep inside it shocks you. That's the laugh of someone who made it. That's the laugh of someone who has finally remembered who they are. And that laugh breaks chains in the spirit realm. Get ready, not in fear, in faith. In the next 14 days, there will be a moment when you will feel like the sky has just opened over your life. It may come quietly or it may strike like lightning. But when it happens, remember this message. Remember these words. Remember, I told you this is not random. This was the moment heaven had planned all along. Now, I leave you with one last secret. If you forget everything else I've said, please don't forget this: you are never alone. Even in the dead of night, even when your phone is silent, even when it feels like no one understands, you are surrounded by love, by light, by angels, and by the presence of a God who is madly in love with your soul. He doesn't need you to be perfect. He just wants you to be open to believe again, to trust one more time, because this time it's real. Archangel Michael is not just a name. I am your shield, your protector, your reminder that heaven still fights for you, that heaven has not forgotten you, that your story is not over. It is only just beginning, and the next chapter will be nothing like the last. Close your eyes now. Whisper these words aloud, even if it feels silly: I receive. I release. I rise. Let them echo. Let them be your new beginning. When you wake tomorrow, the shift will already have begun. Heaven has already moved on your behalf. Miracles are closer than your next breath. Just wait. You'll see. Everything is about to change. I'll be with you tonight, tomorrow, always. Archangel Michael. Even now, as you sit in this sacred space with me, know that you didn't arrive late. You didn't miss your miracle. You were always meant to find this at the exact second you did. This message is a hidden letter tucked inside time, a divine timestamp written in the folds of eternity. You just opened it. Your spirit knew, even if your mind doubted, because the soul always remembers what the world tries to make us forget, that we are loved beyond measure and never abandoned. Beloved, you need to hear this now more than ever: what's coming for you will not be like what left you. The pain you endured before was not a punishment, it was preparation. You had to go through the dark nights to know how to hold the light when it came. You had to feel unloved by people to recognize when God sends someone who loves you exactly as you are. And that someone is coming. Not just romantically, but from your soul tribe, people who will see you, not the mask, not the performance, but the real you. You won't have to fight for their attention or shrink to make them comfortable. You won't have to explain your wounds. They will love the version of you that was rejected before because they were sent to you by heaven. There's a new chapter about to open, one where you're not constantly fighting to survive, one where money doesn't feel tight, one where you're not begging the world to understand you. That's what's coming: stability, peace, provision, and above all, alignment, the kind where you don't have to ask, "Is this right?" Because your whole body, your whole soul will say yes in one loud, undeniable whisper. It's going to feel different this time, because it is. But before that chapter fully begins, I must ask you one thing: forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for what you didn't know, for what you tolerated, for giving to the wrong people, for how long you stayed, for the nights you stayed silent when your spirit was screaming, and for the way you talked to yourself when you were tired and hurting. Forgive yourself, not because you were wrong for feeling broken, but because your healing begins the moment you say, "I did the best I could with what I knew, and now I'm ready to love myself again." This is holy ground. This moment right now between you and me, heaven is listening. Heaven is recording. Every tear that falls as you read, every breath that shudders, every memory that rises is being held in divine hands. You are not just healing, you are becoming, you are evolving. You are shedding the weight of an old identity that no longer fits the destiny forming within you. Yes, I know you're scared. It's okay to be scared. It's okay not to know what comes next. You don't have to have the whole map, just take the next faithful step. I will be with you, for you, beside you, guiding, guarding, gently whispering. When it gets too loud, you'll know it's me. You'll feel the stillness. You'll feel the peace that defies understanding. That's how angels move. Not in chaos, but in clarity, not in fear, but in presence. Let me remind you of something else now. I see the part of you that wonders, what if I'm not ready? Beloved, you are. You are more ready than you've ever been, ready to receive, to be seen, to stop hiding, to stop settling, and to stop living a life that feels like a quiet apology. You were born to illuminate your existence. Look around you now, there are signs. In the light, in the numbers, in the wind, in the unexpected kindness of a stranger, in the timing that keeps lining up, in the things you once called coincidences that were actually divine setups. Nothing is random. Everything is preparing you. Now, this message is your final confirmation: the shift has already begun. Soon people will ask, how did it all change so fast? You'll smile quietly and say, it started the day I listened to what heaven was trying to tell me, and I didn't skip it this time. That will be your story. The ones who left you in your low seasons will watch your elevation from a distance. But those who stayed, who prayed, who checked on you silently, they're coming with you because not everyone deserves access to this new season. And you're finally learning, that's not bitterness, that's wisdom. You're almost there. So close. I can see it, I can feel it. Now, I release one final prophecy to you: a window will open in the next 9 days. It will be small, and it will look like an opportunity that could be missed. But if your spirit is awake, you'll recognize it. You'll feel the nudge. You'll hear the whisper. That window will lead to the first miracle of this new season. It could be financial, emotional, or relational, but it will change something foundational in your life. When it comes, do not hesitate. Say yes. Step through. And in that moment when you feel afraid, when you feel uncertain, place your hand over your heart, close your eyes, and say one final thing: Michael, I trust you. God, I'm ready. Then watch heaven move. The message is complete now. The scroll has been delivered. The angels rejoice. The heavens are at peace because you finally heard it. You finally opened it. I, Michael, can return to the throne and say, Beloved, heard it. We are ready. Walk in peace now. Walk in power. Walk in the full knowing that you are seen, chosen, protected, and fiercely loved. The page has turned. The night is over. Now rise. As your eyes take in these final words, I want you to feel something bigger than language. I want you to feel what I feel when I look at you, awe. Not pity, not shame, just awe. You have no idea how strong your soul really is, do you? You've survived storms meant to drown you. You've walked through seasons of silence that could have broken you. But you're still here, reading this, breathing, searching, hoping. Do you know what that means? It means you haven't lost your light. Not really. You've just been dimming it for those who couldn't handle its glow. But those days are over. From now on, I need you to burn bright. No more apologizing for the space you take up. No more shrinking to fit in rooms that were never built for your spirit. You were never meant to blend in, you were meant to bring heaven's radiance into the dark. And it's not too late. That's the lie darkness wants you to believe, that you missed it, that you're behind, that the train has already left. But I am here, standing as a guardian between timelines, to tell you the doors are still open, the promises are still alive, the love you dreamed of, the calling you were born for, the peace you thought you'd never feel again, it's all still written into your life, but only if you keep going. Stop looking backwards. There is nothing there for you now. Let the past be the past. You don't belong there anymore. You belong to the light rising in front of you. I won't lie, the road ahead will still have some tests, some moments that will rattle your soul. But now you know something you didn't before, you are not walking it alone. You've been marked, protected, covered. From now on, what tried to break you will back away. What tried to silence you will lose power because now you walk with angelic authority. Now you've remembered who you are and, more importantly, whose you are. You are not here by accident. You were born with fire in your spirit and heaven in your lungs. Your voice carries frequency. Your dreams carry prophecy. That's why you've been under attack for so long. The enemy only attacks what scares him. And you, beloved, terrify him. So now I ask you one more thing, not for me, but for your future. Please don't silence yourself again. Speak your truth. Chase your purpose. Pray boldly. Love deeply. Believe wildly. And when doubt creeps in, when old wounds whisper lies, come back to this message. Reread every word. Let them wash over you like water from heaven. Let them remind you of this night, the night you remembered that God never stopped choosing you. Not once. Not for a second. And that divine gift I promised you earlier? It's already begun. You felt it, a softness, a knowing, a warmth in your chest you can't explain. That's the first wave. The others will follow, one by one, in the most unexpected ways. Be alert. Be grateful. Be expectant. Because when heaven starts something, it finishes it. You are not broken, you are breaking open. You are not lost, you are being redirected. You are not forgotten, you are being remembered by realms that do not speak your name in vain. Tonight, as you sleep, the angels will whisper over your home. They will guard your windows. They will settle near your bed. You may feel a breeze. You may hear a voice in your dream. It may feel like a presence is standing right beside you. Don't be afraid. That's us. That's me. That's heaven watching over the one who finally said yes. Now breathe, beloved. Let go of everything you thought you had to be. Let the divine version of you rise from the ashes. Let the light come in. Let the miracles begin. And above all else, never forget this. The moment you said yes to this message, heaven moved, chains broke, cycles ended, timelines shifted, and doors opened. Archangel Michael stood by your side, sword raised, eyes burning with light, declaring, "This one is ready now. This one is marked. This one is chosen." The message is sealed now, not in ink but in spirit. Let your soul carry it wherever you go. And when the time comes to rise, rise boldly because the world has not yet seen the full power of a heart healed by heaven. That heart is yours now. Use it. Love with it. Lead with it. Shine with it. I promise you, this is only the beginning. Archangel Michael. Even now, I feel your spirit settling. The part of you that was restless is quieting. The part of you that doubted is softening. That's not because of me, it's because deep down, your soul always knew this moment was coming. You didn't know when, how, or what shape it would take, but it's here. Your spirit said yes before your lips could form the words. That's faith. That's trust. That's what moves mountains. Beloved, you're about to see a mountain move in your life. It's been sitting there too long, hasn't it? Blocking your view, making you question if there's anything on the other side. You've prayed, pleaded, waited, and sometimes it felt like no answer was coming. But what you didn't realize is that while you were waiting on God, God was preparing you. For the weight of the miracle, for the size of the blessing, for the responsibility of carrying more light. Some want the crown but don't want the calling. But you've already paid the price with your tears, with your silence, with your patience. Now heaven will honor what you endured quietly. The mountain will move, not because of force but because of favor. You are entering a season where things will begin to shift without you having to chase, beg, or break yourself to make them happen. Why? Because God is tired of watching you suffer through doors that were never meant for you. Now, the right doors will open, not by effort but by alignment. And when they open, people will talk. They'll say, "How did they do it? I never thought they'd come this far. I should have treated them better." Let them talk. You're not in this season to prove anything, you're in it to receive everything. What was stolen will be returned. What was delayed will be accelerated. What was broken will be rebuilt stronger than before. But most importantly, what was lost in your heart will be restored, your peace, your joy, your sense of safety in this world, that childlike faith, that hope you buried, that spark that dimmed when life got hard. You're not just healing, you're becoming whole again. And here's a truth you've waited your whole life to hear: you don't have to earn love anymore, not from people, not from God, not even from yourself. You were already enough the moment you were created. Your breath is evidence of that love, your existence is proof. You are not a mistake, you are not hard to love, you are not too sensitive, too loud, too much, or not enough. You are perfectly made just as you are. Please hold that truth close as you step into tomorrow. The world will try to make you forget again, but don't let it. Guard your spirit. Protect your light. Speak gently to yourself when the storms return. And remember, this message was a covenant, a promise. Heaven will keep showing up again and again until you believe it for yourself. Tonight, before you sleep, I want you to say one last thing aloud. Even if your voice shakes, even if your heart still wonders, say this: I'm ready now. Heaven, I give you permission. Surprise me with what's next. And you will be surprised, beloved, in the most gentle, holy, unexpected ways. A message, a dream, a number, a breakthrough, a peace you forgot was even possible. It will arrive not because you earned it, but because you are loved and because you finally said yes. Now, I close this scroll and return to the throne with joy in my wings because the mission is complete. You received it. You heard heaven. You said yes. And the angels rejoice when even one heart remembers who they are. You are that heart, and heaven will never stop loving you for it. Rest now. Smile again. Let the night hold you safely because the future is no longer something to fear. It is something to look forward to. I, Archangel Michael, will be right here when the next message arrives. You will know when it's time. Until then, walk in light, chosen one. You are deeply loved. You are divinely protected. And you are never, ever alone. Even when this message ends, the energy it carries will remain around you. That's how divine words work: they don't fade. They stay. They root. They awaken. From this moment on, your life will not feel the same. You'll walk into rooms differently. You'll see signs where others see nothing. You'll hear guidance in the quiet. You'll feel a presence where you once felt pain. Why? Because now your eyes are open, your heart is aligned, and your soul has remembered something the world tried to make you forget: you were never ordinary. You were chosen. When heaven chooses you, it doesn't matter who overlooked you. Now listen closely. This part is quiet, holy. There's a sound that's been following you for years. Some days it's soft like a hum in your spirit. Other days it's loud like a silent scream your heart makes when you're smiling on the outside but falling apart within. That sound is the echo of your divine assignment, and now it's getting louder, not to scare you, but to call you. Because now is the time to stop hiding. You've hidden for too long, behind your kindness, behind your strength, behind your silence. But God did not place that fire in you to keep it tucked away. The world needs your voice, your gifts, your presence, your spirit. Stop shrinking, beloved, the world needs you whole. You were never meant to just survive this life, you were meant to transform it. So say yes, not to me, but to yourself. Say yes to the next version of you, the one who walks in confidence, not because everything's perfect, but because you finally realize you're not walking alone. You're walking with heaven at your back, archangels around your home, God before you, within you, beside you. That's what's real, not the doubt, not the fear, not the story of failure the world tried to sell you. The real story is this: you are light. You are grace. You are protected by realms that most people will never see. That's why you've been different your whole life. That's why you felt things so deeply. That's why people have misunderstood your kindness, your intensity, your silence. Because you were never just human, you are spirit wrapped in skin, a miracle wrapped in flesh. Heaven made no mistakes with you. And now there's one last moment left, just one. Take a deep breath. Let it in. Because I'm going to speak this over you, and something in the spirit will shift when you read it. You may feel it as heat, as peace, or as a pulse inside your chest, but you will feel it. Here it is: everything you've lost, heaven will restore. Everything you've cried for, heaven will rewrite. And everything that's meant for you is already on its way, faster than you ever imagined. That's not a wish, that's a decree. That is the voice of an angel announcing what's been written in the scroll of your life. And now the scroll is sealed. This message has done what it came to do. But you, beloved, you've only just begun. So, when the sun rises tomorrow, and it will, you'll be rising with it. Not as who you were, but as who you were always meant to be, the healed you, the empowered you, the you who doesn't settle, the you who trusts God even when the path looks foggy, the you who forgives, lets go, and keeps growing, the you who walks into rooms carrying light so strong it makes darkness flee. That is you now. And I will remain near, watching, guiding, whispering through dreams, moving through signs, covering you with wings that have fought battles for your soul longer than you know. You are safe. You are held. You are rising. The heavens are singing tonight because you said yes. It is done, with all the love of the divine. Archangel Michael.